Here at Northwest Indiana Cards, we wanted to know, how many places in the Midwest can we buy, sell, and trade sports and TCG cards? How many local card shops are out there? So we started looking, and we asked you to help us build an interactive map of all the card shops in our region. The response was awesome. We quickly grew from 10 to 20, 20 to 50, and now we have over 100 card shops on our map. And this is just the beginning. We'll continue to add shops to the map, but we're also going to visit as many of these awesome local businesses as possible. In today's episode, we're visiting Three Strikes Sports Cards and Hobby Shop. We met owner David Slaven at one of our regular card shows in Carmel, Indiana. We asked him if we could stop by and check out his shop, ask him some questions, and share what Three Strikes has to offer to the card collecting community. Muncie, Indiana is about an hour northeast of Indianapolis and home to Ball State University. It's right off of I-69, which is a major north-south interstate highway if you aren't familiar. Three Strikes is an anchor business in a nice little shopping center right off of State Road 32. Pulling into the shop, you can tell it's been modernized and cared for. When you first open the door, you enter an open and spacious room surrounded by spotless display cases and walls filled with sealed boxes. The shop has so many cool features, you're not sure which way to go first, but I was immediately drawn to some of the many autographed pictures and jerseys David has hanging on the walls. And now, it's time to meet the owner, David Slaven. I'll continue to show you around the shop as he tells us more about Three Strikes.
Hi guys, I want to thank you for coming to see me today. If you don't know, my name's Dave Slaven. I own Three Strikes Sports Card and Hobby Shop here in Muncie, Indiana. We are minutes away from Ball State University. We're about an hour from Fort Wayne, an hour from Indianapolis, and an hour from Dayton, Ohio. So we're kind of in a big triangle. If you haven't been here, about a year ago, we were 1,200 square foot. We've expanded to 2,600 square foot. We kind of started adding a lot more modern. We were basically a vintage and a little bit of modern because I wasn't a modern collector. I was a vintage guy. So I now have 4 showcases of modern football, 3 modern baseball, a junk wax baseball, 2 modern basketball. I have a modern WWE with a little bit of UFC in there, and then 3 vintage raw from T206 all the way to the 1980s. And then I'm sitting in front of a showcase that is nothing but graded cards. And then I have a vintage basketball and football case. So as you can see, lots of boxes behind us. We're trying to get more hobby, just kind of getting into the wax, but I actually have 24 foot of wax on the wall. We are a full shop of BCW, so I carry BCW supplies, and then I'm just now starting to carry, they're called guard protectors, which is kind of cool. It's a PSA case holder to protect your PSA slabs. Little backfield story on me. I started collecting cards in 1972 with my dad. I had 2 older brothers that collected cards, so it was kind of a niche that we would go to shops and flea markets and card shows, and just something that we love to do. So I was blessed that I always liked vintage because my brothers and they collected older cards. So you'll see me setting up all over the place. I just did the Nashville, Tennessee show, 1,050 tables 2 weeks ago. I did Carmel last week. I'm always at Grove City. I'm at Shipshewana, at Brad's shows. Other than that, I'm here at the shop. We're open 6 days a week. The only day we're closed is Sundays. We're open 11 to 6 every day, except Tuesdays. Tuesdays working 1 to 9.
Do you have a specific moment or card that really hooked you into the hobby?
Yeah, so I can remember going to the Anderson, Indiana Holiday Inn card show. I had $60 to spend. Before we got there, Dad said, what are you going to buy today? He was a big Cubs fan. I was a big Reds fan. So he knew that I was probably looking for a bench or a rose, And so I walk in, the guy is popping open a case of 86 Fleer. So I bought 2 boxes at $10 a box. My dad bought 2 boxes at $10 a box. We pulled 5 Jordans. I still have 4 to this day. So yes, that's a pretty good memory.
When did you know you were going to own a card shop?
I've always messed with cards. My dad passed away in 2007. We had a shop together. Basically, I kind of lost interest, took everything home, put it in a room in our house. COVID hit, and I started going back to card shows. Didn't have anything to do, buying online, as everybody did during COVID. I went to the Marion Card Show. There was a very nice man there named Jerry Hoss Sr. He took me and showed me the entire show. I told a friend of mine, Spencer Jones, that I went with that day, that I was going to start setting up at card shows again, and that was going to be my first show. Mr. Hoss was one of those people that you just felt very comfortable around him the first time you ever met him, and he made you feel like home when you went to his show. I like setting up at those guys' shows. Brad Beeman, who does the Ship Shawana and the B card shows, the Grove City, the Auburn show, the Fort Wayne show, whatever you want to call it, is another guy that makes you feel that way. So I like doing those. So yeah, that was kind of the start of it all about going to open a shop. But I owned a bowling alley pro shop, and I did that for 15 years. Started having issues with my left knee. It kind of was tough standing all day long drilling bowling balls. So what I decided to do was sell it. So I reached out to two guys that are big pro bowlers in the state of Indiana. We worked out an agreement that they are or was going to buy the pro shop. Since then, Ronnie and EJ have taken over the shop. They have a couple other shops, and EJ is the #1 bowler in the world from our state. I remember him as a kid because I coached high school bowling. And so, long story short, sold the shop to him. But so I sold the shop, my pro shop, and decided I wanted to do something. And the wife was like, "Why don't you open a card shop and get part of these cards out of the house?" She didn't realize that it would more than double or triple the amount of cards that I have versus selling them. I end up getting more. So, which is kind of comical.
So why Muncie?
Born and raised here. Lifelong resident. I was born on the south side of town. Muncie didn't have a card shop that was true vintage sports. When I decided I was going to open, there was a couple guys that have a shop here in town. They were mainly 80s, 90s cards and Pokemon cards. Super, super nice guys. Josh and Dave Osborne, they own All Star Sports here in town. Super, super good guys. And also, when I step back and I was talking about Jerry Hoss Sr., Jerry Hoss Jr. owns a shop here in Muncie also, which is not very far there at the mall. So kind of a cool thing. We send customers to each place. We try to help each other the best we can. Muncie for me is hometown, and I didn't want to drive too far to to have a shop. And this was a prime location because Muncie, a lot like a lot of other communities that are college communities, you want to stay close to the college. And one of the big entities here in our city was the hospital that had higher paying scale. So I wanted to get the doctors and the nurses that had disposable income and the teachers and the kids that are spending mom and dad's money to come and see us. So those kind of things. So that's why I picked Muncie. Collecting cards since 72, I've seen lots and lots of vintage cards. I've owned lots of vintage cards. I sold a 35 Gaudy Ruth at Nashville myself. My favorite card probably of all time is the 56 Jackie Robinson. We were just talking earlier off camera about the commons and semi-stars and stars that I have. And I was showing you guys that, the set boxes and stuff. And 56 is just a beautiful card. The way it's sideways, the way it has the action photo and the photo. It takes a special card to get me excited. I mean, I had a guy walk in 6 months ago with a 52 Mantle wanted to sell it. From my perspective, that's a cool card, but do you want to spend $60,000-$70,000 on one card, or do you want to spend that money on $60,000 or $70,000 cards? From my perspective as a card shop owner, I would rather have the other. It's cool to have the Mantle, but I would rather spend the money to buy the other cards. I'd rather have 60 or 70 other Mantles that are $1,000 a piece. So.
What's your Grail card? What's the card that is like the Holy Grail? What's the if you could have it, what is it?
I don't know. That's tough. My favorite set, other than 56, is 75 tops. I love the way that you put them in a box when they lean. The colors that are in the box, the two colors, that set is just crammed full of great stars, star rookies. With Brett and Yount and Gary Carter and Fred Lynn and Jim Rice and Keith Hernandez. There isn't another set out there other than the 54 tops that has rookies like that. The 54 tops, obviously Ernie Banks and K-Line, Hank Aaron. Um, but I really like, and I guess I buy them every time I can get one of them, is the 53 Bowman Pee Wee Reese that's sideways where he's jumping over a player. Rumor has it that that's Gil Hodges. Kind of a cool thing where he's jumping over him. I just like that card. It's not the most expensive card in the world, but it's just a card that I like.
That's what we're looking for.
That's kind of some of the cool stuff.
What's the oddest thing someone's brought into this shop?
Oddest. Yesterday I had a guy bring in some Indy 500 tumblers, like glasses, which I don't do a lot of memorabilia. I do have a little bit up on that front wall, but I don't do a lot. But that was kind of a cool thing to see. That was kind of odd, but kind of cool. So I've seen a lot of pennants, like old pennants, ticket stubs from games of notable stuff. I had a guy kind of, I don't know, maybe 8 months ago, bring in a game stub from Cal Ripken's breaking Lou Gehrig's all-time games played. That was just cool as can be. But if you just look at it, it's just a stub. But until you look it up, you don't know. Really cool. So odd, cool.
And that was the other part. What is the coolest, funnest thing that you've seen someone bring into your shop?
Some of the fun things for me is watching kids get excited. When they open a pack up and pull a favorite player, or I've had kids pull a Jaden Daniels Kaboom, which don't get me excited because it's a modern card, but to watch the kid go, oh my gosh, it's a Kaboom or it's a downtown, it's just amazing. I just that's kind of a fun thing.
You are very much a vintage guy, but do you still like to rip packs at all?
You have to get excited about modern cards ripping because so many people nowadays, especially kids, that's all they know. And if you think about it, that's all we knew as kids. So I like to rip new stuff. So when I say new stuff, it's stuff that I haven't seen. So if something comes out that's real, I like to rip a pack or two to show people what they look like. Obviously, when football, Donruss and Optic come out is pretty exciting because everybody starts getting excited about football season when that happens. Baseball, it's kind of weird with the whole dynamics with the Fanatics and the licensing and all this kind of going on right now. Believe it or not, Pokemon has just went crazy. The amount of people and phone calls and messages that we get on our Facebook message, do you have this? Do you have that? Is kind of exciting, but I don't know as much as I'd like to know about it. And my son collected it when he was, little, the original 151 sets and those kind of things. But I don't know, I get excited about it all because it all brings in new customers. Well, I hope that the future of card collecting stays kind of like it is in my generation. And I say that because I try to teach younger people about vintage cards. Now, what I consider junk wax, and as we talked about earlier, the 80s, the 90s stuff is starting to get more steamroll. Okay. I think the one thing that the companies have done very good is to get autos and patches and numbered cards to help the mass production of cards because as we all know they've mass produced cards. Those kind of things that the 101s and the 105s and those kind of things, the number matches for players have made people excited. For me, something I can only imagine what it would have been like in the the 70s and 80s to open a pack up and get a Hank Aaron or Jackie Robinson autograph like the kids can today. And I just hope that I share a little bit of my knowledge to where they love it and can respect it.
What other things are you doing to keep your shop relevant and keep your shop growing?
So I guess my shop is kind of unique from the perspective of we don't sell on eBay. We don't do whatnot. We don't sell anything online. I like the interaction of exactly what we're doing today. We are standing here talking about sports cards. To me, I love it when the customers come in, and you guys have been here for an hour or so. You've had people come in that talk to just me about certain cards, but I love the personal interaction with talking to people face to face. I just want to grow the hobby. You know, whatever that is. You guys walked in, you saw a table that had flyers on it from other shows that I'm not affiliated with. I don't necessarily always set up at because I can't, because I have a business. I can only be gone so much time. I guess my goal is to just keep growing the hobby. As far as personally for the shop, I try to keep the shop very nice, neat, clean, organized. If you walk in the shop and go, hey, I'm looking for, within seconds I can find it, so that you guys can say, oh, it's card number 230. I can pull card number 230 out if I have it. So we have a Facebook page is really the main thing that we use. Google has great Google reviews and posts and photos of our shop. We need to update some photos because they're of the smaller shop. When we were one room, now we're two rooms. But I'm constantly active on social media. My phone's on my lap as I talk to you guys, and I keep looking and feeling it buzz and those kind of things, because it's, this is a Saturday and it's never ending. People, hey, I saw that you posted this that's new. Can you set that back for me? I'll be in Tuesday or I'll be in Wednesday. It's just kind of a fun thing.
Why Three Strikes Baseball?
So I'll show you a logo here in a minute. That was my bowling pro shop. It was a logo that had 3 stripes on it. And my pro shop name was Spare Time Pro Shop. And then underneath it was 3 strikes. And our motto was striking is your game. So when I was thinking of this, I was like, man, everybody knows me for that 3 strikes logo. So 3 strikes kind of come about the bowling pro shop.
We had a great time visiting 3 Strikes and meeting David. He's built one of the best card shops in the Midwest, and we hope that you get a chance to check out everything his shop has to offer. We're also excited to set up as a dealer at some of the upcoming shows that 3 Strikes will be sponsoring, such as the I-69 Bronco Bash on March 27th and 28th in 2026. David and his partners do a great job of bringing in amazing vendors from all over, and we're hoping to see you at their next big show in March. And before we go, we have to shout out Northwest Indiana Card's first show coming up on Sunday, February 15th, 2026. We are partnering with Rail Splitters Authentics to bring you the Lafayette, Indiana Card Show, which will be a regular sports card and TCG show in our area. Our tables are selling out quickly, so we know that this is going to be a huge success. We'll be doing giveaways and prizes, and we just can't wait to see you there. Please make sure to check out our social media links after you hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time on the Local Card Shop Road Trip.